Alright, so basically doing just an oil change on, this is a 2022 Ninja 400. This is my personal bike. It just basically time for oil change. You hit the key. Let's see the mileage. We're at 16,868. Yeah, I usually do it about 3 to 5,000 miles. It's been kind of loaned out on my buddies and kind of been sitting for a minute, so thought I'd just go ahead and do an oil change. These bikes, they usually take about 2.1 quarts. I went ahead and grabbed 2. If I need to have another one, I'll just go run up to, O'Reilly's or the parts store to grab some. I usually use Master Pro 4-cycle motor oil. 1040 is the way to go. And for a Ninja 400, you specifically want something with a wet clutch protection. Just because I have tried another just 1040 just off the shelf, and it wasn't for a wet clutch. And when that happened, it'd be driving, it's just slipping, and just, it's not, and whenever it gets up to temp, it's slipping, it's not running right. So you really want something for a wet clutch. Just so you can just obviously get the best performance. But all you're gonna do is your K&N or your filter. This part number is KN303. It's the oil filter that I've used the entire time of owning this bike. Great filter, great price. I think for this and both of these quarts, it was like 40 bucks, but I mean that's pretty reasonable for an oil change. I don't know what y'all usually go for on price wise or what y'all use, but I've always used this and never given me problems. But 2 things you want to know: obviously you need to have an oil pan. Mine is on a stand just because it sits so low, and I lowered the bike just because I'm short. But get your oil pan on this bike, 17 millimeter. That will do the old drain plug, and on this one, this filter has a socket basically thing on it. I don't know if you can see through that little hole, but there's a little port right there for the socket to go on. Both 17 millimeters, that's why I like them. But super simple. Get your oil pan, throw it up under there, lefty loosey, and you want to throw, and here's your drain plug right here. It's on there, just pop it loose, and you can go in there and finger it out. On here, I don't know if this one's magnetic. I don't think it is. It's not. Nope. Inspect your washer. Everything looks good. No divots. Yes, I can just reuse that. I usually reuse these things. I've never had a problem with replacing it or or using the same one over and over and over. I've used this one since I've gotten the bike and it's not leaked or anything, so I'd always just reuse them. But get that. We'll go ahead and set this. Set right there on the filter box. Let that drain, and then we can go here. Do the same thing on the front. See if we can get down in there, get on the filter, crack her loose. There you go. Spin the drain pan. Oh, let her drop. Yeah. There we go. Let it drain for a second. Alright, so went in and just grabbed me a little rag. It's kind of a universal shop rag. Ain't really gonna hurt anything as long as it's clean. Should be good to go. Ain't really no debris on it, but clean off your drain plug. Make sure everything looks good to go. No hairs, no nothing on it. Set it right to the side. Get your finger and clean off the little edge right here. It's still draining, but it should be okay. Rubber plug. Make sure not to drop it in there. Always, always, always hand tighten any type of bolt, screw, anything before putting a wrench, ratchet, drill, anything on there. And give it a good hit. That should be it. Main reason is I have cross-threaded so many bolts or nuts or anything, just kind of getting ahead of myself and doing what I got to do. See if I can get this where I can see in there. Under here, push that back, clean off up under here. Everything looks good. Clean around that rim really good. Sorry if this is a bad angle, I'm only got so much room. Alright, now pull the filter off. Pull the seal out. Already lubricated, good to go. Normally you want to lubricate these things just with some oil, but luckily this one's already there. Fill up the filter with a little bit of oil. I'm gonna see I'm jerking over there. There we go. I always do this just cause what I'm used to. You don't have to if you don't want to, but these things, they have a one-way valve in them, so they shouldn't leak. An oil filter and a drain plug does not need 18,000 foot-pounds of torque. I just tighten it until it gets tight, and then I just give it a good little pop, and that's plenty tight right there. Now what we'll do is go over on this side. So this is the filter I always use. I can't really have any complaints on it. It's a one-way valve essentially. So you just tighten it, closes it off, loosen it, opens it up. I forgot where I got this. I don't know where I got it. I think it was Walmart or something, but it was like 10 bucks. It's not much, and it comes with a little hose extension. But we shall see if that needs it on here. Oh, we should be fine. But put it on in there. Just fill it up, let it take it in. I said it's going to take 2.1 quarts, so we're going to just pour both of these in and check level. Because we did pour a little bit in the filter. Let's sit there for a second. Hold. Pop this one off. Now if we pour too much, then we can always just pop a little drain plug and take a little bit out. Because you're going to see a little bit show up on that glass down there, just because the bike is tilted forward in this case. Just because, like I said, it's on that stand. So on the rear is up, I don't know, probably 3 inches. Here, we're gonna hold that out right there. I've got probably a quarter left. Do that. Pull the drain pan out. And then what we'll do, we'll just go ahead and lower this guy down and get a better view of it, see if we're there or not. Alright, so went and took it off the little stand, and if I get it just about balance point, there's 2 little lines here. There's one little right there and one at the top. You see this oil is about right here towards the top. But what we need to do is fire the bike up, let it run for a second, turn it off. That's so we can get all the oil and everything it needs to. And then we'll turn it off, check it again. Probably like 20 seconds. There we go. Turn it back off. second, let that oil kind of settle down a little bit. Yep, see, we are almost bone dry down there. Crack it loose. Pour that off, put that back off. Come here, and we'll just pour the rest in here. Give it a second. Give it a good old shaky wakey. Alright, now let's throw that back on. Upper hands, grab it, pull it, get it level again. You can see that we are right there at the top. We're not always at the top, but we're at the top. So where's balance point? Balance is about right here. You can see, so here's the top up here. This one, we're probably halfway, so it can use a little bit more, but that is enough to kind of get you to the parts store. Or if you know, you're like running in the middle, that's perfectly fine. But yeah, that's about how to do an oil change on a 22 Ninja 400. Next it'll be oil change on an R6, and then then a fuel pump. I got to replace fuel pump in both of those, in an 03 and an 07. But yep, so that's it. So just stay tuned for more. I'll catch you later.